Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you Game 2 from Round 1 of the lower bracket of the top 16 of Season 7 of the Windraker Randomizer. It's Bobby versus Drooness. On tracking, pulling double duty is Lada Chiamaka, and I'll pass it over to our commentary team of Tanjo and Zephyr. Take it away, you two.
Yo, welcome everyone, and welcome on in, Zeph, to the commentators booth. Glad
Oh,
to have you.
it'll be fun. Fun to be here. Haven't done comms for Wind Waker yet, so
Yeah, and what a game to come. We got Bobby versus Drew, game two, and this is in the lower bracket. So Bobby took game one. Drew just needs to win this one to stay alive and go to a game three, which would happen tomorrow.
yep,
Uh,
definitely could be interesting if Drew's able to win this one out and push it to a game three.
mhm. More Wind Waker, that was nice.
Exactly.
We had Tower of the Gods as one of our dungeons, but we also had Tower of the Gods Foolish, which is interesting. Um, Tower of the Gods specifically Foolish, not Tower of the Gods Sector. So Hyrule could still be something.
Oh, I
Uh,
see.
so that's kind of interesting. We also have Forbidden Woods and Earth Temple today. So no Wind Temple, despite having Makar in the seed hash. And we start with Delivery Bag.
Oh, that's an interesting first item to start with. Although the Zunari check, I believe, was hinted dead there.
Hmm, good
But
catch. I can't even follow along the hints, honestly.
yeah,
I'm
I was like, I'm gonna let you talk,
impressed.
and I'll just read these.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, we got a shard on Mother and Child on Bobby's side and a boomerang, I believe,
On the
on
salvage
Drunas'
core.
side. Yeah.
I guess
That.
was that the Western Ferry that they
Hmm.
spawned at?
Yeah, it's a good awareness by Drew there to catch the salvage core there.
Yeah,
And yeah, Bobby's just gonna do Windfall now. Was
early
hinted path.
windfall,
So
always good. It's
yeah.
a hinted path location, and I mean, you just got a ton of Sphere Zero checks.
Hmm. Yeah. Another standard opener is the Cliff Plateau and the Bird's Peak, but with Cliff Plateau hinted dead, I believe. It's kind of hard to run in Bird's Peak
Yeah,
until you find Grapple or something.
and Bird's Peak was also hinted as Din's Pearl, so they know they'll have to get there eventually, but it's not something that they need to rush right away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, maybe put it off until you can do like Bomb Island at the same time, do a little bit more efficient clearing of that kind of
Hmm.
section of the map.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, both runners just gonna be on Windfall here. Drew, of course, has that boomerang, which doesn't do anything for us on Windfall. Um, Having a delivery bag is also nice because if you store like a mail, you can at least know that you stored one of the letters or something, which is
Yeah.
nice. Speaking of mail, we got bombs on top, which will give us a mail check. Could lead to something more, and bombs early is nice. It's, lets you do Bomb Island like you
Yeah.
were talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
Already the beginnings of a plan.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so Befriend is gonna do Tot. You don't have to do Tot during Mila. Mila's just like a waiting. You're just waiting for Mila to get to the safe. But you can squeeze in Tot, and if the runners want to leave without doing Lunge Door Cancel, they can. Um, we'll see if either runner opts to. I don't know if you saw if Lenzo's checks were, or Picto checks were hinted at all.
I didn't see those, but
Okay.
um yeah, I'm not sure.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting to decide because I mean you've already found bombs on Windfall, which are pretty important. Open up a couple of checks, so maybe you figure that's enough to leave for now, go Poprin or something, which was also hinted path to Jahala, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, true. Could be the bombs lead to the power bracelets or something like that kind of
Hmm.
chain of events there.
Yeah.
Um That's also a pretty efficient clearing going from Windfall, go up to Crescent, and then down to Poprint.
Yeah.
There's also a beetle on the way there that you can check for the shop item,
Mhm.
and then the salvage core. So you kind of get like a pretty good efficiency routing like that.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's kind of like, at least what I've learned so far in playing this, is that a lot of this comes down to how efficient you can almost full clear a seed, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I would be.
taking those,
Ooh.
like, early leaf,
Yeah.
that's nice. I think Windfall was Path to Godin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So both leaf or bombs could fulfill that path.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, you find a. Well, actually, as soon as Drew gets a leaf, he can just go straight to Forbidden Woods. Honestly, um, you have the boomerang, so that's basically all you need.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, maybe you'd want to wait for grapple so that you can do Bomb Island Bird's Peak coming out of Forbidden Woods, but honestly, I'd be pretty tempted to just go Forbidden Woods after after Windfall and Drew's position, just because it's super dense location.
Yeah, exactly. And from what I've heard and what people have said, like, if you don't get a dungeon baron,
Mm.
there is a strong percentage chance that there is required items in there. So,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, Momlin's letter from Tingle. We can't just turn that in right now. It's kind of annoying because, we were just up there in House of Wealth, and we'll have to potentially go back with the Maggie's letter check as well. So, but you probably just do that. See what
yeah,
Bobby opts to do here, because Bobby doesn't have that boomerang yet, so he'll probably continue overworld checks. Just gonna leave Windfall here and go,
okay.
yep, straight to Crescent, like you said.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, with the
Mhm.
Moblin's letter, yeah, it's kind of annoying to go back up to just check one more check. Like you said, you can chain that in with maybe Maggie's letter later, maybe
Yeah.
some other checks on Windfall later when you have a little bit more items.
Yeah. Well, it was a little risky though. That could be something important that you leave behind. A
True.
bow would be pretty important, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing on Crescent, so Bobby's gonna warp. I wonder where to. Maybe Dragon Roost? No, gonna go Outset here.
Okay.
Yeah, the bombs put Jaboon's cave in logic, although you're not really waiting for Jaboon or bombs to do Jaboon's cave. Then, yeah, with that leaf, I guess going to Horseshoe. Potentially Diamond Step after.
Yeah, then do Diamond Step. I saw them do that yesterday, and they actually stored the play golf chest and then went to Diamond Step and didn't have to do the big octo skip, which I didn't know was a thing.
Yeah, the chest storage way to get in. It's nice.
So that's really cool. That's a pretty cool strat. Can see if they end up doing that.
Yeah, especially if it's a spiky chest that just because you gotta go there anyways to the chest.
Yeah,
It's kind
exactly.
of efficient. And a spoils bag on Beetle.
Early spoils bag.
Yeah, we now have that on Miss Marie check and logic. You do need to do hide and seek first before you can turn that in, though.
Yeah, I
Okay.
also found that out. I was trying to turn in a joy pendant and just didn't work, and I'm like,
yeah.
it was like there was a spoils bag on like Mila or something, and then I got a joy pendant like super early, so it was
see,
before I
yeah.
even had a chance to do it. It's always
Yeah.
funny learning those little, just the small things like what flags you need to set and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We got a spiky under Grandma's house. A hammer.
Hammer. Required logically for Earth Temple, but
True.
probably won't be seeing Earth Temple for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't
Need
think
quite a
runners...
few items to get in there, and
Yeah.
just to get checks in there as well. Fire arrows are always a pain if they're required.
Yeah. And if you don't have fires going in, you gotta orphan those current checks, which can be kind of spooky.
Yeah. That's a nice roll clip. I hate that roll clip.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
second try for Bobby to get into Jaboon's cave.
yeah, not bad at
Obvious.
all.
And nothing there.
Yeah, so just gonna void out on the whirlpool here. That puts you left of outset, which puts you close to horseshoe. So let's see if it's a spiky. Not a spiky on the
Land of
grapple
Spiky.
chest.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so Drew's gonna find this item, which is Path to Jahala. So that Tingle statue. Path.
Tingle statues on the path. That is interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to find another one for something. The problem with Jahala Pass is that, you do need both mirror shields, or both shields for Jahala logically.
Yep.
But you might be able to get around needing those. So they're kind of useless.
Yeah, and then command melody as well. So you kind of got like
Mm-hmm.
a couple of bait items
Mm-hmm.
with Jahala. So
Yeah.
it's always a bit spooky when it's like something that you need, multiple items to get, like two Tingle statues,
Yeah.
and you never know when you're gonna find that last Tingle statue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe the Wizrobe Cave was into dead. At least Drew has marked it off in his tracker, and I believe Bobby as well, so.
Store a spiky here, and I think Drew's trying to void out on the chest. Yep. And that was a quick little golfing session from Bobby there.
Yeah.
This is an interesting.
Storage spot?
That's an interesting storage spot. Never knew about that.
It's a very short drop, so it's a very fast. Hopefully it has the wind set correctly. Yep. So yeah, it is a spiky here, so it just works out. You're not losing time by having to go to the chest.
Oh, and the cave was hinted dead, so I was wondering why they hadn't even gone in the cave yet, but
Yeah, that works out a lot. Really nice. Andrew is just going to leave. Most runners will leave DRI cave, I think, and try to go do it with fire arrows, because you can kind of cheese the cave with fire arrows. Otherwise, it's not a hard cave, but it's a slow cave.
yeah.
And with Fire Mountain not being hinted dead, you do have a reason to return later on in the seed. So, and yeah, we see a Forbidden Woods play on Drooness' side. It makes sense. You can full clear the dungeon more or less as efficiently as you'd want. The only other thing you might want is like a sword.
Yeah.
Just to make combat a little easier, maybe. But Boomerang is such a strong item for Forbidden Woods.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like on Bobby's side, he stored a shard on Horseshoe Island.
A nice kind of the leaf strat there on Diamond Step Cave to get around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we have a sword. Speak of the
All right.
devil.
There we go. Not a bad little trip down to Horseshoe and Diamond Step. Get some, required items. Getting a sword upgrade early is always nice. Makes a lot of the combat a lot more trivial.
Yep. Yeah. And yeah, Bobby gonna go now to the DRI. Probably gonna do DRI into Pop Print. See if he opts to do the cave or not. We got Drew storing a spiky chest down there. We'll have to see what it is when he voids. I'm not sure when he will void. We'll see. And doing the chest storage route to get up to the top chest here. Got nothing.
Yeah, getting some of these storage strats in Forbidden Woods is pretty fun. Just climbing up the walls.
Yeah, and with double magic to start, you're pretty okay on magic in Forbidden Woods.
Yeah.
Even though there aren't a lot of magic drops, there are the Boko Baba bulbs, of course, to restore magic with. But with a single magic, it can be a little scary. But just gonna avoid there. Don't see what he stored. Was this shield? What is it?
Oh, yeah, I guess it was a shield. He didn't have a shield before.
Okay. That's interesting.
So that is maybe just a mirror shield on Tingle.
It could be, yeah. Or it could even be grapple to get the shield. too, on
Oh,
Tingle.
true. Need grapple to get in here. Yep.
Yeah. It's gonna keep you thinking that hint.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what he stored at DRI was the shield.
Ah, okay. So Bobby's gonna get that now. So we still need to figure out what he stored here.
Oh, that's interesting. That didn't work on Drew's side there. Once you walk in, you can just throw the boomerang right away, and it'll hit the
Oh,
hit
interesting.
the little eye thingy.
Nice little climb up there. Cutting down one of the vines, making it possible to leaf pump over to the center.
That's one way to do that. Okay, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. Normally I just like leap over to the door
Yeah.
and climb up because I'm kind of bad at the jump slash to get up on the ledge, honestly. But yeah, that works. And you can open up the warp pie here because we go and use this chest storage to do small key skip. Just makes it faster. You don't have to find the small key and double back. You don't have to climb this room.
Yup. That
Or
is
that's
the
the
scariest, like, climb up the wall. Especially if you're a little bit just too far to the left and you accidentally bonk your head
Yeah.
and void out and lose your storage.
Yeah, and we're gonna cut down the vines there just to guarantee not getting hit. Saw a key chest there on Drew's side, so it has to be the big key.
Oh, yeah.
Then we're going to use
That's
chest
nice.
storage to climb up here.
Nice timing on that.
Yeah.
You can
Nothing
get right
though.
up there right away and get into the mini boss room.
hmm Yeah, and Bobby gonna follow suit. You're gonna do the forest haven checks first. We're going in. Can you void out on key chests? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can void out on that chest always. Past the hanging vines chest. I think that chest is like positioned like just above the ground, and that's why you can void. It's weird. And Drew's finding this mini boss, so it must be an item. Maybe it was scented. I'm not sure. I think that's a pear over there on Bobby's side above the tree.
Kinda looked like that, but
Yeah, okay. So we won't need that. Oh, Picto.
ooh, nice.
Yeah, so now we have a reason to go back to Windfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like nothing on Bobby's side on the Forest Haven checks. Stored a shard. Okay, good catch by our tracker. So spiky chest. The spiky chest that Drew stored was a shard.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's very good that he avoided. It can be tricky with storage because if you save warp without getting the item first, you lose the item. So, luckily, going through the mini boss room is a loading zone, so that does give you the item.
Yeah.
So it's usually not a danger to lose the item even accidentally. Ooh, hook shot.
Ooh, hook shot.
Yeah, that is gonna make the kind of things that Bobby did in the overworld just a smidge faster, I guess. Hook shot for the Diamond Step Cave, and also not having to store the chest.
Yeah.
Be these tiny little time saves in the overworld. We'll see how much it matters.
Can make it just a tiny bit more efficient.
Oh,
There we go.
all right, mirror shield.
So that leaves Tingle to could be the grapple.
The grapple.
Still.
Command.
Command melody.
It's a command deed
command
there.
deed.
Okay.
As power bracelets as well, so there's still a couple of items that
Yeah,
a handful of
nice
items that are
there.
still This was a really good Forbidden Woods though.
Yeah.
nice to get this done early, and you get all these items. It can help
Yeah.
be a little bit more efficient in the overworld and
Exactly.
open up a couple more checks on the way.
Yeah, that's why it's really nice to run to Forbidden Woods when you can do it pretty effectively. Even if you don't have grapple. As long as you know the chest storage strat to get that one check, everything else you can do without grapple. So
Yeah.
now we got some movement here on Bobby's side, keeping the chest storage all the way here, so you don't have to store the whole entry chest.
That is interesting. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's pretty useful. On the rare occasions that you get a Forbidden Woods Go mode, you can even store the very first chest, take that straight to the boss, if you know the ways around the rooms with chest storage. So.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Oh, another interesting thing is that most of the basement in Forbidden Woods was hinted. So all you had to do was check the one check hanging across red flowers or whatever that check, and then you can just leave. That's funny. Yeah, you can even just store that chest, and then you can go back, and then use the fan to just go back up. Oh.
Oh, and
I guess the
another
modular was
spiky.
something. Yeah, so that works out. We'll have to figure out what. Oh, nice first frame
Nice
bomb
storage.
push. Yeah, not easy. Storage is a frame perfect trick, and that can be quite spooky there, off the chest.
And where we're going, we don't need keys, so
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, what do we store? Nothing I can see. No sword upgrade, no wallets, nothing on the inventory. Maybe another shard. Could be that other single statue.
maybe a pearl. The Furor's pearl could be.
Yeah.
Or maybe some mail.
Yeah. Wind Waker is definitely a tracker's final exam, kind of.
Oh, that was a nice baby sword fight.
Yeah, very, very execution fight, I guess. You need 4 quick spins there with the hero sword, and you have just enough time to get those 4 quick spins in. So getting that one cycle is not easy, especially if you're not comfortable with quick spinning.
Yeah, definitely.
In Wind Waker. Oh, maybe Drew was thinking of picking up the money. Not sure, or maybe had to double check what it is. Don't want to misspeak anything.
Yep.
Which makes sense. Yeah, so that gives us Orca Mill, and I suspect that Drew will just head up to Bomb Island here. We'll hope that Bomb Island's the grapple, and so you can just go into Bird's Peak right after. Because you do need to go to Bird's Peak, but we'll see. Maybe we'll just leave Bomb Island and go Windfall? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a pretty open scenario right now, so it wasn't mail.
Yeah.
Oh, it was power bracelets.
Oh, good call. Good catch. Oh, that is one of the things you can see on the model, so. That's definitely the nice thing. Yeah, when you know your model, you can kind of see those things, like power bracelets. And yeah, like even at the very start of the seed, because title screen Link has the same starting items as your Link, you can actually see if you start with power bracelets as your starting item.
Oh yeah, that's true. I have yet to have that, and I don't know what they actually look like on the Ganondorf model that I use. I don't even when I get them, I don't even pay attention to it. But that is nice if you know your model, or if your model has very obvious items like that. Or if you start with mail or like bombs or something and the mailbox is wiggling.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately you can't start with things like shield and swords because they don't one of those items doesn't open anything. So can't look for those, but definitely things to look for.
So Drew's going for this. I don't know if he quite saw exactly what it was. Maybe he just wants the pair?
Maybe. I mean, no, because he bought the spoils bag. I was gonna say, like, because he has bombs, he needs to buy the 20 rupee item to buy a pair from Beetle.
Right, but
yeah, maybe just
yeah,
mispeaked it for a shard. It's kind of easy.
yeah.
Oh, maybe double checking.
Oh, and Small
Yeah.
Island
It
chest
was
was
hinted.
hinted, so
Yeah, just being safe probably.
double checking that actually was nothing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
Oh,
have to fly all the
Bobby's
way out there.
opening this chest. Did he get a big key?
I
I missed
Well, it
that.
must have opened that chest past the hanging seeds or whatever, right?
Okay.
So that would have been the boss key.
Yeah.
I didn't see him open it. Oh no,
Ooh. Yeah.
he. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So now he's gonna have to store something else, which is a bit of a pain because kind of the best thing to store would be the morph pit, but that was a spiky,
Yep.
if I'm not mistaken. So you can't store that. So
I guess,
yeah.
like you said, he could go and just store the first chest because that was dead.
Yeah.
And then he'll just have to carry that through. Oh, I guess not.
Yeah. Maybe gonna go for something else. Yeah, I was wondering if Drew noticed that he had power bracelets. He used bombs to open up Bomb Island there, so I was a little worried that maybe he didn't realize it was power bracelets, but he does know. Okay, yeah, just gonna store a chest in Divine Maze. This is definitely time loss on Bobby's side, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe just not remembering that he didn't have the big key. Or maybe that's the kind of thing where it's like maybe he intended to go grab the big key, but then he forgot. It's
Yeah,
very
you
easy.
kind of.
Like,
You're like
yeah.
thinking like 3 steps ahead, and you
Yeah.
forget like step 2.
Yeah.
Definitely happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, these runners are very, very good. So like they're definitely trying to think 3 steps ahead, like you said, like thinking of their menuing and everything. So one tiny thing, like if you get an item and suddenly you have to reorganize those 3 steps, it can be
Exactly.
very easy to forget that. Oh, that's why I had one of those things as one of the steps. Wow, it
Wow,
is
that
the
is so
grappling hook.
nice.
So now Drew can just go straight to Bird's Peak and grab that Din's Pearl that is required. That's such a convenient place. Yeah.
That is really, really nice to find.
Yeah, now I mean, you probably don't do it, but you could do Hammerless Cabana as well if you really wanted to. But we know where the hammer is from Bobby's side. It's on outset, so I doubt Drew will do that. I'm not sure what Drew. I mean, I guess he will do outset after this. That seems the most logical play. One difficult thing to read in, I think, is Star Island Cave here, because you don't have Forsaken Fortress, and it's kind of a slow cave too. So I know like runners like Advocate will like last occasion that combat cave, even though it's like a one-off check that you can just do now.
Yeah.
Because it's so slow, you just kind of let it be for a while.
Yeah, definitely. And especially like it's hard because you had bombs like really early, so that check is open really early, but you really don't want to go like out of your way.
Yeah.
When you have like thinking in terms of like efficiency and like checks per minute or whatever. You just like look at like the bottom left section of Drew's tracker has like everything available pretty much.
Yeah, but both runners gonna go to Windfall here.
That's also again another like really efficient play with getting the Picto. You have Moblin's Letter.
Yeah, and Bobby's doing something that I would have considered definitely doing, which is to leave Bomb Island and wait until you have grapple to do it. Unfortunately, maybe that's his reasoning. I don't know, but unfortunately, Bomb Island is just grapple, so he'll be waiting a while. Oh, and Drew's actually gonna warp outset here. Interesting, changing his mind, I suppose.
That is definitely interesting. I mean, I think both are like solid plays.
Yeah.
It's hard to say like which one is better overall. Like
Yeah, like both routes are a lot of checks, and
Hmm.
you can basically full clear. Like obviously you don't have bait bag for Big Pig, so maybe you do windfall or outside. No, windfall. Sorry, looking for the bait bag. But then again, you don't have things for windfall, so
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just kind of a give and take. Like almost
Mhm.
like what do you feel, today? Like, is today
Yeah,
an outset before going back to windfall kind of day? Is tomorrow a windfall before outset kind of day?
yeah. All right, so you're just gonna pick up this skull hammer as Bobby does. Lenzo door cancel hide and seek. I think most runners I'd say will opt to do Lenzo door cancel. Even if you have the Picto box, just because it makes it a little bit faster. You could
Mm-hmm.
go in without having to talk to Lenzo. There's no cutscene when you go take the picture. But also wouldn't be an awful play because you have Leaf. You can very easily make it to the door. So if you had no Leaf, though, I definitely would just do door cancel.
Yeah.
Nice, Drew. Again, that roll clip can be a tricky one, like you were saying.
Yeah, I hate that one.
All right, Bobby climbing the wall there and climbing the tree, getting in. We got double
So
brown.
nothing there.
Rip. That is unfortunate.
So I imagine Drew will
Yep.
be doing horseshoe into diamond step.
Yeah,
Makes
just doing the
sense
things
here.
that Bobby did
Yep.
for Forbidden Woods.
So we'll get another shard off of horseshoe, and then I can't remember what the spiky and diamond step was there.
A sword.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was the sword upgrade.
Yeah, and also Drew can go over to Rockspire. I see on his tracker that there's only one check there, and it's in logic. So I assume it's the gunboat, and the other ones were dead.
Uh,
Oh, does it say 1 of 3?
1 of 3. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Needle Rock,
my
right?
bad. Yes, I bet. I don't know why he mixed those two islands up.
Yeah, I mean, there's gunboats in both.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely mix that up all the time too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Drew has the option to go get that gunboat at Needle Rock, but
Hmm.
probably won't. Although you can, I guess, peek the chest as well. So this is kind of a nice combo.
Yeah. A
Oh, a
bow.
bow.
Bow on the killer bees.
Yeah, that's definitely nice, and also required for Tower of the Gods at some point.
Hmm.
Still missing 1 pearl to get in, though.
And a
Yeah.
shard on Miss Marie.
But for end game.
And no joy pendant yet, so still can't get that check.
Yeah.
But now if you want to talk to the kids and then go bonk a tree,
That's true,
you
yeah.
could get the joy pendant.
Yeah, and that's why that check is in logic about the grappling hook, because there's that
Oh, I
guaranteed
see.
joy pendant. But it's an annoying one. I wouldn't go for it because I feel like it's so slow. But maybe you have to, honestly. Another shard there on the Moblin's Letter check as well.
Getting quite a few shards. Starting to add up, getting close to having all 8 of those. I guess we're just Furor's Pearl away on Drew's side from Tot G. And
He'll definitely want that bow on Killer Bees before going in.
yes, definitely. That would that would make sense.
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna see a different strat here on Drew's side as Bobby goes for Cyclos. Nice first try, getting the bomb push.
Nice.
Yeah, here's the sword for Drew. He's gonna quickly peek the other chest here.
Yep, sees it's nothing. Able to just safe quit out of there.
Equipping telescope. I wonder if that means he will go up to Needle Rock here.
Yeah, able to peek the chest that's like surrounded by fire there. And then,
No.
like you said, oh no, okay. Never mind.
Oh, we're going to Star Island.
Oh.
Okay. That's a wallet and Cyclos. Not sure if that will be needed or not. We'll see.
Bit of an interesting play to go for Star Island. I feel like this might just be want to get it done before you forget about it kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's, like too far out of the way.
Yeah, it's a hard check, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to get distracted by like a million other items, and then this is like, you know, your last sword or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also you get a joy pendant.
You do, yeah, you can get a joy pendant.
So
Could be nice.
it's not a bad way to try to make Star Island a little more efficient.
Yeah, get that before Windfall for sure. We have Bobby going for the Octa Fairy here. For those that don't know, after you beat the Octa, the fairy gives you a hint for a random item in the game. Random major item. But it could easily be an item that we already have, or that was already hinted. So I'd say most of the time it's useless, but you know, could be bow in Earth Temple kind of hint, and
Yeah.
kind of nice.
Could be a pretty big hint if it's an area we haven't been yet.
Yeah.
I'm always conflicted on like when you go for this, because it's like, oh, you get like bombs early or a bow early, and it's like, well, I could go and get that hint real early before I, you know, clear out other places.
Yeah.
Oh, that's command melody.
Mailbox has a shard 6. So
Okay.
if you knew what your shards were and what like shard 6 looked like, you could like say, oh, I still have a shard in the mail. And that could be big if like Bido mail is something, you know. I do not know what shard 6 looks like. I don't know if we've found shard 6 yet. So and I think that was a shard on top of headstone. Speaking of shards, I don't know if you were able to see.
I thought it might have just been a rupee, but
Okay, unlucky.
I'm not sure either. I could be just as easily convinced that it was a shard. So
Well, let's see if Bobby goes back for that. Drew not finding anything at Star Island. Does have that joy pendant though, so we'll be able to turn that in here on his Windfall trip.
Yep.
And yeah, probably just gonna do what Bobby did and find that bow. And now we're just looking for that Ferror's Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby heading over to Cabana here, which we can't full clear. Oh wait, no, we can't on Bobby's side because he doesn't have grapple yet.
It looks like he's going to be going to get his grapple, heading out to Bomb Island.
Yep.
A pretty quick storage on Drew's side there. Gonna be setting up the door cancel. Gotta pass the final boss, and there he goes.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't want to talk to Anton.
Oh, I think he stored the door there because he moved all the way to the final text box. You need to like cancel out of the door opening animation of a text box. So you can't do it with the final text box. So, oh, this is tricky. Yeah, because he stored the door. He has door teleport. Yeah, you just go through a door and do it again. As soon as he pulls out the Wind Waker key, he's gonna go back up. So he needs to basically get rid of that stored door. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's just gonna keep.
Yeah, he's just gonna teleporting back. So yeah, you could save warp, or you could just go through the, just open a door and reset. But yeah, a little time lost there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door cancel can be finicky. There's a lot of like failure cases, I guess, that you have to be aware of.
Yeah, I've crashed my game with the text box up, and I talked to the kids.
Yeah, so usually I just kind of, as soon as you get to the location hints, then you are fine. There we go.
And he's just right there. That works out pretty nice, even with the little bit of time loss, having to reset and.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Bobby was having a bit of difficulty on that little walkway out to the switch. Sometimes you step 1 foot on the slope and you're just in the lava.
Yeah, it is a pretty narrow path. Hopefully it doesn't get trolled by the magtail throws here.
That was pretty good.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, those magtail throws can be kind of finicky.
Yeah.
The magtail can go in the hole but not be on the switch, and it's just like now you gotta like wait for the magtail to leave and everything and try again. It's
Mhm.
you lose a lot of time on Bomb Island. Oh yeah, so Bobby will probably go over to Bird's Peak Rock now and grab that Din's Pearl.
Yep. Just getting an overlap of what each other runner has done at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
As is to be expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unless they were absolutely crazy and just like doing the exact same route, which would be kind of wild to watch.
Yeah. You can definitely get that at the beginning of a seed, but
Yeah.
the divergence usually starts up.
So the wallet mail was nothing.
Okay.
I assume that's what that one was.
Yeah. What other mail checks have we got? We got bomb mail.
Yep.
I don't think we've got a shard from the mail yet, have we?
I don't think so either.
Okay. So what mail checks do we have left? Grandma mail, and then the note to mom checks. I think that might be it.
Yeah. Oh, and Ferror's Pearl.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Forest Pearl would be nice because we need that anyways, and then we can just get a free shard. The other ones we need to go find another item, which can be a little annoying. Yep.
No.
I can set Anton there. Gonna let Ivan
kid's
get a
getting
little
away.
further. Yeah.
This kid breaks my ankles all the time. You think he's gonna go right, he goes left.
That's why he's the leader.
Yeah. He is the true final boss.
Alright, Bobby with that grappling hook now, going to go for Great Fish Rock Spire, I suspect. Can full clear those quadrants. Especially since you don't have to set up Zunari this seed.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're getting the Joy Pendant check.
A heart container. So not required, but at least Drew gets that in pretty efficiently. We got the Southeast gunboat here on Bobby's side. One of our 2 gunboats. Gotta make sure you get the Southeast one. This check used to be just called gunboat. So you had to like know which gunboat to shoot down. Definitely tripped a lot of people up. I mean, I think it still kind of does. But
yeah,
at least it's
like unless you're... Oh, Maggie's letter, alright.
Another reason to go back.
One more check on Windfall.
Yeah. One more trip into House of Wealth.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah, having to watch that cutscene and...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know when you're going to do that. Maybe wait for Deluxe Picta or something to try to ret in Manenko as well.
Yeah. Getting all the love on Drew's side. Up to 5 hearts now.
So yeah, equipping the bow here, so I suspect that means we're gonna go do Cyclos like Bobby did from Windfall here.
Yeah, I wonder...
Oops.
I mean, I guess Drew now, in logic, has all of Cabana as well.
Yeah, all
so
Cabana.
kind of wondering what his game plan after doing Cyclos is gonna be.
Yeah. I feel like the best thing to do would probably be do what Bobby did and do Great Fish into a Rock Spire. And
Yeah.
then maybe wait for Fire and Ice before Cabana so you can do Ice Ring after.
Yeah, that's
see
true.
that. Also has an Octofairy that he can also do.
Which, for these runners, I wouldn't say that Command Melody is hard required.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if something is in like the basement of Earth Temple, then you probably would need that, right?
There's ways to get around it. As per usual in Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And with the Mirror Shield, actually, it wouldn't be that bad to skip it. But we'll see if
Oh, true.
that ends up happening. Is that a wall that's useless from Cyclos?
Yeah.
Bobby gonna go back to Cabana here. I think this makes sense. It's your most dense location that you can full clear. Yeah, just gonna go for that Great Fish Rock Spire play.
Okay, so just following along in Bobby's steps here.
Yeah. Yeah, we still don't know about that Tingle statue. You have that Tingle statue path from Paw Print, but that other one is still eluding
I guess, like, what would be Path to Jawhala now? Like, fire arrows?
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess it has to be, right?
Yeah,
Or
on
something
everything
that-
else, and everything is in logic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be fire arrows.
Yeah, because the grapple's in logic, that gets you the mirror shield.
Yeah, and if the fire arrows are path, that means that the light arrows have to be fire arrows locked.
True.
Or at least the locked by the Tingle statue.
Yeah.
To go for. So
that's a little bit of just interesting logic to keep track of. And
yeah.
I'm sure both these runners would realize that as well. Like either they know it now or they'll know it when they get the fire and ice arrows on Tingle. If that's, I feel like that is almost a sure thing, or it's something that leads to that, right? So
yeah. All right, another shark in Cabana here. We're 2 away from entering Hyrule.
Yo,
Still
the
need 2 swords.
the double boulder break
Nice,
with one
nice.
bomb.
That's efficiency right there. All right, where's Boppy headed now? It has a few options. Gonna go outsets.
Is this a dip into Earth Temple?
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting play there. I suppose you can full clear, or you can't full clear, but you can beat it.
Yeah.
With the items that Bobby has. Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about the logic. You need fire and ice arrows logically to beat the dungeon, and they seem to be path on ankle, which could mean that the light arrows are in Earth Temple fire and ice locked.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could also just be on ice string. Light arrows like to be on ice string. The classic.
It definitely seems to be a classic.
Yeah, we'll see how much Bobby can do here. I mean, he can do everything. Or not everything. He can beat the boss.
Yeah.
But we'll see how much of Earth Temple he decides to do, I guess. I don't expect Drew to go into Earth Temple. I know he said that going into Earth Temple early is not the kind of plays that he likes to make.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see things like DRI Cave and Maggie's Lair turn in before Earth Temple on Drew's side.
Yeah, and like we're seeing right now, obviously going to Cabana, the most, items in one location that he has right now available. He's gonna get that shard, and I think that's about it.
Yep. That would be it. And then he has the same items that Bobby has, I believe. I don't think Bobby has any other items
Yeah.
over Drew. Oh, command melody.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we might not need that. We'll see. Drew gonna check that chest. It's nothing. Has a bandit, so no need for deed skip today.
Mm-hmm.
You have a key chest here on Bobby's side. Don't know if that's a big or small key, but looks like Bobby's just gonna leave that. Probably use that for chest storage to go further into the dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay. Do right side here first. The only hard hammer requirement really in Earth Temple. Logically, you need it to go past the middle section of the dungeon into the basement, but
Right.
we can get around that with chest storage. It's pretty standard.
I didn't see what that chest was.
Mhm. Another key chest. Yeah, probably just... Oh, storing this. Okay. So that means that probably was nothing then. Okay. It's hard to say. It's like the chest texture for like a wooden chest and a key chest are very similar. You
Yeah.
can't tell them apart, but you have to like, at least for me, I need to like really walk up to the transparent chest and double check.
I need to like get my face right in there and just be like, is that like a rectangle on the lid or not?
Yeah, exactly.
And Bobby's going for this roll clip, which
Nice,
first try.
It can be a spooky one. Although now with the changes in Season 7 with the build, even if you fall out of bounds at least, if you just void, medley will be there and you can continue with Earth God's Lyric, because we start with that. If you fall into the Floor Masters, then you're kind of screwed. Alright, just a red rupee here on the Floor Masters room, and now we have to get rid of all these Floor Masters to keep going. No soup to speed it up, unfortunately.
And so it looks like we're going to see the DRI combat cave here.
Makes sense.
Side.
Yeah.
Which, like you were saying, like obviously it'd be nice if you could come back here with fire and ice. Makes it a lot faster, but you know, when you're running down to the last couple of checks.
Yeah. Yeah,
you can only put it off for so long.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I guess this can't be fire and ice because that wouldn't make the path. It wouldn't make any sense. But this could be a thing statue that leads to fire and ice. All right, another key chest here in on Bobby's side, and that I believe is all the logical checks in Nerve Temple. So everything else is fire and ice locked. Left side is fire and ice locked. I suppose if you find 3 keys, then the basement could be in logic, right? Yes. Yeah, and there were 3 key chests. So if all of those were keys, then
yeah, that could be could be the logic is telling you to go into the basement of Earth Temple.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you're playing like this seed without glitches, then something like fire and ice in the basement, and then your boss key is on like this current here that Bobby will have to leave behind, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's always the spooky thing about dipping this without fire and ice. Like while you can get the boss done, you know, you leave behind the 2 curtain checks, and the whole left side, like in logic. I know you can get to the left side without fire and ice.
Yeah. Although if the basement is in logic, then the fire and ice are only useless for, or it's only useful for the big key, because that's the only other thing that restricts us from beating Earth Temple.
Oh, true.
And yeah, nothing on DRI Cave from Drew's side there. So now we're gonna head over to where are we? Oh, the Octofairy.
Octofairy, okay.
Yeah, and I
Nice.
wonder if Drew will go into Earth Temple from here. I don't know. He still has 2 checks in the overworld. He has the Needle Rock Gunboat and the Maggie's Ladder turn in. So we'll see what happens.
It does feel like it might make sense in his mind if he's down here to go into Earth Temple, because it's just right there. And he has to, or he hasn't peeked what's on top of Headstone yet, so...
Yeah, he could do the same thing that Bobby did and just go mode the dungeon, basically. Yeah, Bobby stored keys, but we don't know if they were any of them were big keys, because there's no key counter in the boss room, so you aren't actually given those small keys yet. He wants to keep those small keys. He's gonna have to re-enter the dungeon without save. Well, yeah, he's gonna have to re-enter the dungeon. I don't know if he will, but keeping those small keys because he stored 2 potentially, that would be nice just in case. Ooh, getting hit by the fire attack there. Nope, and the light.
Oh, and then the light goes away. Getting a little trolled here on the Jahala fight.
Yeah. Oh, the light goes away.
And then the light goes away again.
That sucks. There we go. Yeah, Jahala, it can look like a very simple fight, but he actually does quite a decent amount of damage with his attacks. And yeah, you can't get trolled by the light like that for sure. All right.
I don't know if you can see that from there, Drew. A little bit too close to see what's on top.
Yeah, we're gonna get a second chance here to see what's up there. Okay, yeah, that does look like Rupee. So you were correct. And what do we have? Is that magic armor on Jahala?
I did not see that.
Interesting. It looks like Drew's gonna go in, so probably gonna go for the same thing here. I mean, I guess you have that command melody now from the Octofairy, so maybe it's like you may as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because, like you say, he only has 2 checks left in the overworld. Both are kind of annoying-ish. Oh, the game just wanted Drew to keep rolling.
Yeah. Alright, Bobby's re-entering the dungeon. We'll see if he stays. Okay, did store 2 small keys. So that puts left side in logic once he finds Fire and Ice.
Right.
But if that first check here is also a small key, then that would put the dungeon basement in logic as well. I don't know what that is.
I don't imagine it would make sense to open that chest to see. Because you would want to save that if you're going to storage into left side, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Logically, that could be, some good info, but at the same time...
Ooh, we're not grabbing the ledge there. Fortunate. You can get across here, this gap, without medley. You have to start from the warp pod, though. Just kind of funny, because that's a rando exclusive warp pot, so this is a rando exclusive strat here. Oh! Wasn't able to grab the ledge again, fortunate. Okay, looks like
he's just gonna reset the room and get Medley back. So there's a spiky chest in the basement here. So, be interesting to see if that is a Tingle statue.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Gross, actually.
Yeah, because then that first that key chest would be a small key chest, most likely.
Yeah, and logically you have to grab this Fire and Ice arrows from the basement. Well, this Tingle statue for Fire and Ice arrows, then come back, burn one of the currents for the big key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying. All right, what is it?
Also, Bobby's a little low on the magic. Oh my!
Wow. Okay, so yeah, it has to be fire and ice arrows on Tingle. And one of the currents is the big key. So that first chest that Drew just spawned in has to be the small key.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. And that means that
That's
the lights are fire and ice blocked.
yeah. So you're gonna obviously want to rush Ice Ring and then Fire Mountain
Yeah.
when you're in a position to look for your.
Oh wait,
light
no.
arrows.
I forgot that the left side of the dungeon is fire and ice
Oh,
blocked too.
true. It also could just be in Earth Temple.
Yeah. So one of the currents actually, interesting. Another spiky here on the stealth was crypt.
Damn. The
Yeah.
early Earth Temple, or well,
Can't be a bow, but it could be a sword or shard. Or a note to mom. Okay.
so that probably, or that would be the last, or the shard on the male. So we'll get a shard from that,
Oh, it could be
or the Furor's
grandma. Yeah.
or
Furor's.
grandma. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, it is 2 male checks, and I think there are only those 4 checks left, so 50-50, I guess. For for shard 6. Yeah, that's the Octafairy hint. Looks like Drew's gonna spawn this chest in. Maybe just preferring to store this chest than instead of the small key chest.
Oh, is that a spiky on the?
Oh my god, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Interesting. Earth Temple's kind of cracked right now. It's kind of gross, but
Yeah. Yeah. There, Temple Basement. It's the annoying thing with having all 3 keys being accessible. A bait bag.
the bait bag. Okay.
Yeah, logically required for bird speak, of course, which Shadow didn't. Also, we need it for potentially Needle Rock. And well, no, actually, we have Fire and Ice Arrows now, almost certainly.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing we really need it for is Big Pig. And yeah, but Bobby's gonna leave here. I mean, it makes sense.
I'd be curious if I think Drew's gonna do left side here.
Oh, okay. So this will be interesting because we know our lights are Fire and Ice locked, and left side is Fire and Ice locked. So our lights could just be in Earth Temple here. Is the second save work faster than walking it? I'm not sure. I would need to time it, although I assume since Bobby's doing it, he's timed it to be faster, but then again, what I do is out of habit, so hard to say. Alright, so this check should be Fire and Ice Arrows, or just
Yes.
lead straight to it. Okay.
Oh.
A little bit of a chain here. So
Yeah,
Manenko is Fire and Ice Arrows, which is kind of nice because then you can just do creep, I guess, while on Windfall. I don't know. Bobby
Big.
still doesn't have a Joy Pendant, though, I think.
Yeah, don't think he's gotten one yet.
Yeah, so can't turn in that check. It could be Ghost Ship Charm Manenko.
Just all of the
Yeah.
all of the chain items.
It could be a shard too, no? And then
Oh
have
yeah,
Fire and Ice
Master Sword
Pyro.
Chamber.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how long this chain goes for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nothing behind the statues there in Earth Temple. He's gonna go for this check here. Okay, not gonna avoid first. I'm always a little scared if you fall here with chest. Oh!
Oh,
Fire and Ice. So that's logical lights.
That is so nice.
Yeah, and this also means that as Drew goes through Earth Temple, he will not have to orphan the curtains.
Yeah, that's
which
gonna
could be
be huge
one
if
of those
there's
is an item.
like a shard or sword
Or sword, yeah.
that like Bobby's
Yep,
probably
nice.
gonna really put off for a long time.
Mhm.
I'd imagine because it's kind of like gross to come back.
Oh, this is spiky too. Is this Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, okay. Don't know anything about that.
So
Maybe
I
it was
think
I
that
don't know.
maybe that's what Drew's thinking was, because he opened up both those key chests,
Mm-hmm.
and with getting the 2 keys, maybe he was thinking,
Oh, I get kicked again? No.
that like we'll see if he goes into the basement as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess you probably full clear this. But I wonder if his thinking was like if he gets like the 3 keys, that could put, something deep in Earth Temple.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe there was some kind of like reading, of the seed or logic or something that he was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and interesting. Bobby doesn't have that joy pendant, so he's actually going to go grab the one from the tree here. That's unfortunate, I guess.
And
Kind
then
of
you
slow,
gotta
but I guess faster than Star Island if Bobby never goes.
through.
No, Bobby hasn't done DRI Cave or Star Island. Drew has those 2 caves done.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're looking for 2 shards and 2 swords now. Obviously, we don't have any idea of where those. Another spiky?
Oh, dude, this left side Earth
Yeah.
Temple is insane.
That's so convenient too, because you can just store this chest. I mean, I'm sure Drew is gonna do it anyways, but now you're storing something that's a spiky to keep going down, down the dungeon. That's really nice. Okay, there's that 5th heart container for Bobby, tying Drew in hearts.
This is Earth Temple propaganda.
Yeah. The important thing when you're doing left side first is that you need a small key to go through that door that Drooness went through just now. Even though it's not locked on that side, you do need a small key to go through locked doors backward.
Oh, I see.
You need to be a little careful. Drew's gonna quickly check the current here. One of the currents have to have a big key, and
Yeah.
it's not that one. Okay. So the second dungeon secret is the big key. So that's nice for Bob because he won't have to go back through the dungeon to grab that, but he will need to come back to Earth Temple for at least the light Everest, if not
Mhm.
the other checks that Drew got, which we don't know yet.
But I guess in Bobby's case, with the knowledge, like obviously you're gonna probably check Ice Ring, and then Fire Mountain,
Yeah,
and then you're just thinking like, what are my other Fire Arrow locked checks?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll eventually lead him back to coming into Earth Temple to get those lights.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's the roll clip on Drew's side. A little bit more trouble for Drew than Bobby, but still not failing it. That's the important thing.
We get the bar cutscene here because it's nighttime.
Yeah. And nothing on the Maggie's ladder check there. Unless you consider the feather as something. When did Bobby get a bottle? Was that on Creep?
That was Creed, yeah.
Okay.
So that could be a shard.
Yep.
Saving Grandma.
Yeah, we got that Triforce Shard 6 in the mail.
The Ice Arrow strat on the Floor Masters. I like that. Makes it a little bit faster when you don't have the soup.
Yeah. Is that keg?
It's a barrel bomb because Drew's model is from Monster Hunter. So the bombs are barrel bombs from that game. It looks like a keg.
Yeah, in Wind Waker, Fire and Ice Arrows are a package deal. They're not split up like in other randos, other Zelda games. They're also progressive, so you can't get the lights before you get the Fire and Ice Arrows.
So we're seeing Ice Ring here.
Sensible play, 3 checks. One of them's out of logic, but very easy to get it out of logic.
Yeah, I guess that's like the one thing that is like iron boots locked in the overworld.
Yeah. We got Spiky here. There's our third
Okay.
sword. One more to go. I'm just gonna check this. Although, I guess he doesn't know about the Tinkle statue in the basement, but yeah, this has to be the bit key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so here we go on Bobby's side doing the Wind Waker buffer to get past the wind into the secret cave there.
Oh, you can just jump slash onto that ledge.
Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely nice if you're low on magic and you need to conserve some magic.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Can be a little finicky though. You have to time your jump slash.
Right.
It's not like uber precise, but I've definitely just kind of failed that a couple times. Oh, true.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. I thought he was not gonna make that, but yeah, gets up on the ledge, no keys being annoying, and yeah, we can just go straight to the boss here.
So nothing in the last check in Ice Ring there, just one sword, but that sword is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bobby's still thinking, where are my light arrows? They should be behind these fire arrows.
Yeah, you better get some magic from the pot there. Okay. Not that it mattered because he grabbed the big key.
Oh,
but,
yeah, true.
Yeah, actually it doesn't matter. I think about it.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about that too. He like walked to the door, then walked back, and then was like, wait, I actually have the key for this.
Yeah, that's funny. Alright, yeah, Bobby's gonna go do just all the fire and ice checks in the overworld. He knows his lights are fire and ice. I mean, he should know that his lights are locked by fire and ice, but yeah, I mean, this makes sense. You're just clearing out checks. I don't know if he's gonna do DRI Fire Mountain before going back to Earth Temple. I don't know. I know it's kind of a play to last location Fire Mountain. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what the thought process would be here once you check these fire and ice locations. Because obviously, you know, you have all the small keys. The only thing, like, you're gonna find boss key is fire and ice locked, so that could be the dungeon secrets behind the curtains, or just the entire left side.
Yeah.
So that is like still a handful of items that you know are still left in there. It's just it can be a bit of a pain. Have to sail all the way back there, walk through the dungeon to get to those checks.
Yeah. Also, Drew stored a spiky, and it wasn't a sword, so.
Oh, right.
Could be a shard or the last pearl. We do need that last pearl with our foolish Taji that we have to do at the back end of the seed. Fortunately.
I completely forgot about that.
And yeah, that is magic armor there. Which can be nice. Magic armor prevents you from getting knocked out of your boat while salvaging. So it's actually in logic in higher difficulty settings to have magic armor for some salvages to not get knocked off by the gunboats and stuff.
Oh, it was Iron Boots, looks like.
Ah, okay. So that puts the combat cave in the one check that Bobby did there in logic. Not useful, unfortunately.
A bit unfortunate. Would have been nice if that was another major required item for Drew, but...
Okay, Bobby's just gonna full clear overworld before going back to Earth Temple. I think this makes sense. Yeah. It's kind of scary because this cave has been open. Like you said, also so early, so... But yeah. You're gonna go into the basement here. We do have that Tingle statue, which she needs. Also, Note to Mom, which I don't believe Bobby's checked yet.
I don't think I've seen him go back to any mail checks yet.
Yeah, so that could be some progression too. I would imagine he checks up with Grandma mail, I guess. That's his plan.
Right.
Let's grab a fairy from somewhere first, though. Yeah, Wind Waker has a bird Rudo. We see there in DRI Cave, the fire arrow strat, you can just light the torches manually and then go through one of the doors and it will be unlocked. It's definitely a faster combat cave there on Bobby's side. Being able to skip the combat. Oh, Bobby has a Star Island as well, I forgot.
Oh yeah, when is Bobby gonna go back for that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a trashy check. That
Yeah.
one-off check, that's a slow combat cave. There's a Tingle statue. If Drew is connecting the dots, then he knows that his Fire and Ice are behind that.
Yep. Nice roll clip, first try.
Nice, nice. That can be a frustrating one because every time you fail it, you need to redo the leaf backflip, and that's still eating at your magic. And without soup, it's I mean, even with soup, it's frustrating to have to soup dupe.
Yep.
When you fail that a lot, so nice to get that first try.
Yeah, it's nice starting with the double magic, but then it's just like more tilting as you just watch your magic drop as you're trying to do that roll clip.
Yeah. Alright, Drew's gonna want the not soft lock here. Oh wait.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little scared. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a strat there to pause and it prevents you. I don't know.
I don't.
Or he was trying just to save just in case, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, you can get soft lock there. And there are setups to avoid the soft lock, but Drew just kind of YOLO'd it, I think. So nice, not soft locking. And speaking of nice, Fire Mountain being dead, so Fire Mountain skippers thriving. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't see Drew really doing Fire Mountain before anything else, because he's already done DRI Cave, so...
Yeah, this feels pretty good for the position that Drew's in, with having got those his fire and ice arrows out of logic. Because you know you're not going to be baited into at least looking for lights doing those checks.
Yeah. Alright, Drew is done with the Earth Temple, full cleared it. Bobby will have to come back to get some checks.
Yep.
Yeah, Fire Mountain is dead. So we'll see where Drew opts to go here. He's probably looking at either Needle Rock or Ice Strike. No, he should go to Tingle first.
Yeah. I believe Tingle would make, he's just marked it off on his own tracker. So he's going to go to Tingle. He's going to get that deluxe Picto. And I imagine just follow that. And he has a couple of checks still on Windfall as well. So, and then he can just mail the letter and, collect all that. So he's got quite a few checks coming in the next, couple minutes, which would be really, really quite efficient for him.
Yeah, we'll see if he sends the letter off. Okay, not yet. Yeah, I'm wondering where that shard,
like which mail item is it?
Yeah, because we can get almost all of them. Just missing Ferrora's Pearl.
It's crazy to think that this is like an hour 18 in, and I feel like we're almost done.
Yeah. But then you still have an entire it will be go mode soon, probably, but
all of Tachi to do.
Yeah. That's kind of the give and take of a dungeon being hinted dead. It's like, yeah, you'll be go mode, very soon, but it's gonna be a long go mode. Especially Tachi. Can't zip through it like you can Earth Temple or something.
So it was Grandma Mail that actually has the pearl.
Oh.
So now we just get all of the mail.
Oh, we got a shard on one of the Bito checks.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's 6. could be. I believe it if that was
Yeah.
for sure 6.
You know, that one looked like 6 to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, now we got the first pearl male here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is a shard. Okay,
Oh.
if this is a shard. I was wondering if you go Hyrule or something.
It
Bit
was
of a
a
gamble.
joy pendant, and Bobby's probably mad that he bonked that tree.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of annoying getting something like that, especially since you don't open wooden chests typically. I know some people will open wooden chests for like maybe a joy pendant or like a rupees or something, but
Oh, sure.
yeah, usually you don't end up finding a joy pendant along the way.
I mean, maybe early on that, you know, would make sense because you're also still probably looking for money. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And we got the pig eat there by Bobby. Oh, and the last
and that's
sword.
the last sword.
Nice, nice. So that bait bag
Okay.
is required. Bottle is also required, so that's a creep W.
That is probably like my favorite check, just because you eat the pig across.
It is a pretty good trick. Unfortunately, you can't. It's the only instance where you actually do, you know, you do that kind of a yeet.
Yeah.
I would really love if that was a thing in like Tower of the Gods. You could yeet the statues.
Oh man, that would be so cool. Just eating them across like the voids and stuff.
Oh, Bobby has another shard. He's gonna Hyrule. I didn't even. No,
No,
he's
no.
he's gonna Tower of the Gods.
He's marked off all the shards. Oh, he thought he has all the shards.
Yeah, interesting. A little too gung-ho about being gung-ho there, unfortunately.
Miscounting some shards.
Yep. Alright, we got the Manenko photo here. You actually only need a picture of Manenko's head. You don't even need a full body photo for this one.
Oh.
But yeah, actually Manenko, yeah, not liking that one. There we go. Manenko happy with that. And there are the light arrows for Drooness.
So also looks like Bobby is going back into Earth Temple now.
Yeah, makes sense. I believe that's the only check he has left now, other than this, which I guess he's mispeaked to be a shard.
Oh,
maybe it was
he
a
thinks
shard.
this is- maybe, yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe he's
Maybe
right.
we're both wrong.
Yeah.
Or I guess you would be right. I was wrong.
I mean, I thought it was a rupee.
Oh,
Oh, it's a shard.
it
Okay.
is.
So that's probably why he thought he had all the shards, because he was like, okay, I got this shard.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get, like, I don't know.
So,
Do
with
you
him warping to
go?
Tachi, does that mean that he's actually going to go to Hyrule now?
No,
Oh,
he's just
okay.
gonna go.
Because he's here, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense here. There's more. It's just your dense play here.
Yep.
And actually, you know that it's fire and ice locked, your last bow. So you know it's not star, and maybe you can even cross off Hyrule. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe?
true.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because, yeah, none of the shards would have been fire and ice locked, right? So,
Yeah. Well, Bobby's one item from go, but he does need to go grab the lights, which are in the second crypt here. Drew is going to save Grandma, so that's good, because Grandma has the pearl. The pearl mail is a shard, or one of the vital mails is a shard. And then he should go back to Headstone for that other shard. And then he needs to do. He's gonna do Big Pig here, certainly. So he only needs to do Ice Ring after Outset here, which I think he will do, because
I think that's a good play to make for him, because you know you have 3 checks there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty dense. You don't really have like much left. So this could actually be pretty tight here.
Yeah, it could be close. Bobby definitely has the advantage because he is already at Earth Temple and will be getting the bow here, whereas Drew still needs to warp to Ice Ring for his go mode.
Trying to save that. Getting into a little bit of a sticky spot there, trying to climb
Yeah.
up this head.
Yeah. The movement here can be a little wacky. Yeah, side up. That time gets it.
Oh, Drew didn't buy a pair.
No
Oh no, but he
pair.
picked it up. He picked it up in Forest Haven.
That's
So
true too. Yeah.
he will have.
He did pick it up. Yeah. He did go for that check.
Yeah.
All right, ground mail here being the pearl.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the vital mails checks here is a shard. That one. It was not that. That is in fact trap for shard 6. So burn that into your memory. If you ever need to know, it's the bottom flat one. That's nothing. And yeah, we're gonna do piggy again. There's the lights, so that will be go mode for Bobby. Picking up those lights. And now he just needs to do Tower of the Gods. Alright, Drew again the joy pendant from the pearl mail and gonna do piggy here for the sword. And hopefully he goes to headstone here.
Yeah.
For that shard. Because yeah, when I saw it on Drew's side, it looked like a rupee.
Yeah.
But it might be easier, you know, when you're playing like full screen or whatever. Might be a little easy to tell, but still. Alright, another pig eat. Oop, equip the pair. Looked like a yellow rupee to you even when he was grabbing it. Yeah. Very hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Could have even been like a tingle statue, honestly. When you peek it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the worst piece to be up there because it's like the centerpiece, which like, it was pretty much like a rupee shaped.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
Drew is warping
warping.
away, so he might have mispeaked it, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's pretty bad for Drooness.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah.
And we got Bobby going through the foolish Tachi, which is always a pain sometimes, but
Yep.
you got to get one small key to be able to get one of the statues.
Yeah.
Hopefully you find boss key on the way, because the BK skip is kind of eh. At least for me it is.
Yeah.
But I don't think you go like too far out of your way looking for boss
No. Yeah. Alright, there's a key chest, so Bobby will probably just store, or not? Okay. Just opening that.
key. Yeah, there was a sword in Ice Ring.
Yeah. So Drew's actually gonna go do Needle Rock first. I suppose maybe it's faster than Ice Ring. I don't know, because now Ice Ring you have to commit to the combat cave too. But you have lights, so it's not that slow. Do you want to do the storage right? I guess you don't do the storage right if you're in go mode. No, because there's no reason to do the mini boss.
Yeah, you're gonna want to skip that, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Although, I mean, you definitely, like optimally, you would do left side floor 1 skip there. And if you're not comfortable with the skip, then you can get chest storage to make it a little easier. And then you just need to have chest storage, but I mean, you can void
Mm-hmm.
in various rooms, so not the worst. Yeah, Drew's gonna do the gunboat, gonna finish up the needle rock checks here. Unfortunately, nothing on this island for us. Also, Drew has the ghost ship chart, so we'll probably do that as well.
Oh yeah.
Once that was hinted. Yeah, and then once he runs out of location, he needs to like recognize that it was a shard on a headstone, which I don't know. It can be hard
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and he hasn't marked off on his tracker as well, so it's gonna be hard to remember to go back
Yeah.
and think about those things, you know?
Yeah. Especially when you're in like a stressful situation, like a elimination tournament race.
Yeah.
It can be very difficult to think, honestly.
Oh, I think this is Ice Ring now, right? So
Yeah, so I'll get the sword at least here. And then he has Fire Mountain remaining, and Fire Mountain and Ghost Ship.
yeah.
Alright, clean command melee skip there on Bobby's side. Can be quite tricky. Didn't have the switch opened initially though, so has to wait a little bit for the cycle.
Oh.
Jumping at the wrong angle there, falling into the void. So you jump on the chest there, and then you can just leap over. You don't have to do the platforming across the ice. Got the fast statues here in Tachi. Definitely nice quality of life thing.
Nice little speed up for that, for sure.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, so this sword would have been Drew's go mode had he remembered, or not remembered, recognized that the top of headstone was a shard.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he's going to continue through this combat cave here.
Bobby's doing a skip here, flying over the lasers with the leaf, and if you just leaf back over, this avoids spawning a Wizrobe in the next room that he's going into, which is a nice little thing. That Wizrobe can be a bit annoying as you're trying to like throw statues around and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he just wanted to go for a swim, I guess.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, Jiru is done with Ice String, so he's going to go to the next logical location. You know, if Ghost Ship is hinted dead, then it's his last logical location as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens from here.
Warp into DRI, so gonna be the Fire Mountain check first. And I have no idea what night it's gonna be for where the Ghost Ship is.
Yeah. It's pretty hard to keep track.
Yeah.
Alright, another nice Tachi thing is that we can do the statues in any order now, so we're actually ending with the first statue that you would normally be expected to get. Yeah, definitely unfortunate for Drew. Not the first runner to mispeak something in this tournament for sure, and I'm sure not the last.
Yeah, that's always rough. Or like when you read a hint and it was a Triforce shard, not a chart, and you think that it was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, and like that, at least that you can like go through the hints again and quickly figure out what went wrong. But something like this where you mispeak, like it could have been anything. Like you have to go through like all Forbidden Woods. Like, did I mispeak something there? Did I delete an item?
Yeah, exactly. Like, or have I had it this entire time and I just haven't realized it?
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's also the kind of thing where you have in the back of your mind that, oh, this, I kind of quickly looked at this, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Drew needs to figure out that he has mispeaked Headstone. Because I think Ghost Ship is marked off on his tracker. No, it's not.
He's marking it off now.
Okay.
And gonna be trying to find where that is, and
Yeah, 5-star. So that's kind of annoying. It's all the way in the corner of the map. Bobby's hoping
nowhere.
for the big key here, not finding it. So we'll have to big key skip here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can you actually hookshot through this? Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Alright, so I can try bomb push there. This can be a scary boss key skip. Partially because if you fail, you just need to find the boss key. Because there's no like backup chests to use for this. Yeah, nothing on Ghost Ship. So now Drew is out of location. So we'll see how quickly he identifies which check to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
He's warping
Yeah, you'd
somewhere,
think
so
that
maybe
if
he has an
it's
idea.
if it's something you peeked,
Hmm.
you know, maybe that sends you back to it sooner.
Yeah. I guess okay. He might just be doing Tower of the Gods here because he needs to do it, and that will give him time to think. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hopefully he figures it out. But yeah, I can imagine that's a very frustrating position to be in right now.
Yeah, so quick boss key skip here, just climbing up the side of Tower of the Gods, and then he had already set the wind to push him towards the load zone, and then you just fly around the corner of the door or the walls and
Yeah,
get right into the
Hero's Charm there, but he's not gonna pick it up. He's probably not in the mood.
no. That's Bongo Bongo.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They came up with a boss that is a head and floating hands.
Mhm. They so creative there at Nintendo.
This is definitely the first boss that has ever been made in Zelda games with a head and floating hands.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to. Oh, gets hit about the chew though. Will we have enough time to shoot it?
Oh,
Oh!
oh,
Wow!
what a shot!
Yeah, that must have been like last possible chance to get that. That's crazy. Yeah, so I suspect you just store the chests if you're going for the go mode, or you just do left side floor one skip if you're comfortable with that. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the floor skip on this side. Chest storage can be a little annoying because you have to wait for the water cycle, but looks like it's in a good spot right now. Yeah, just in time.
Can you do this skip without storage?
Yeah, you can. Oh, close back and bounce, and now you can't climb up the ledge here. You can jump on coral
Get
and
on
then
the
leap
boat
over,
and-
but now the
Yeah.
water's low, so it's a little unfortunate. Yeah, Drew's just gonna wait. And Bobby's done with Godon here, so we'll be going for the Hyrule now. So I think you know, top runners Hyrules are probably around 7-8 minutes. Things don't go poorly, so probably got about that much left before Bobby is done.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing about Tachi as your last engine is that the warp to Hyrule is right there, so you don't even have to warp anywhere. Fast seed. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't even know what the season 7 average seed length is, but We've definitely seen some much faster seeds. Like this is gonna be like a 140, high 40s here, so we've seen some 30s, even some 20s.
Mm-hmm.
All right, barrier down, or going down here on Bobby's side. Drew probably will take a void in one of the next two. Well, whatever room he's going to go to here. You could also just do this all with chest storage, I guess, but it's going to be a little bit of a pain, especially if you... With chest storage, you can like hold the statue and walk into a door and you'll drop
yeah.
the statue. And then you
I
have to go back and grab it.
That is always the worst.
Yeah.
Coming from like the first Armos night after getting storage there, and then I like drop the statue.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh geez. Like...
Alright. So Jack's clip there. Picking up the statue through the floor there. Another instance of a glitch that only has one spot that's realistically used.
It's totally the intended way to do it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bobby just keeps on rolling through Hyrule.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I always hate this part because you're just like, did I screw something up? You have so much time to think about this seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, at least, I don't know, I'm not super experienced in this game, so it's just like so much like what ifs, or you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I'm sure even at like the really top level, you're like, oh, I did like this one check that maybe I could have skipped, and that might be the decider.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like when you play a seed, you ideally are playing by trying to be as optimal as you can.
Yeah.
So like theoretically, when you are going here, you should be like, oh, I'm pretty confident as long as I executed well. I think I took the optimal route. But then
Yeah.
you're like, you have to think you're just thinking of the worst case. You're like theorizing the spoiler log route through the seed, and you're like, what if my opponent did that?
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
So yeah, it can be rough.
And especially at the top level with how like good all these runners are.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine it's not hard to be in your own head about some stuff, and you kind of just have to like try to put that out of your mind and just like focus, and you know,
Yeah.
it's not done until it's not done, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like the hardest part of the game is like puppet cannon. You know, you gotta clutch up those shots.
Yeah. You could definitely lose a race with poor Pepe Gannon. Like, it's definitely been a thing where you see like a runner has a lead in Hyrule, but then has a sloppier Pepe Gannon.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's just it. Well, but that's a very clean.
That was a really good phase one.
Yeah.
I was watching before this race, and Bobby just like I wonder if it's a thing like before every race he just like grinds out Puppet Ganon before starting, because he was just on here like on the practice seed or whatever, and was just grinding out these like first couple phases, getting the shots down, you know.
Yeah.
Getting that muscle memory.
Yeah. It's a good warm up. Yeah, and you know you're going to be using that in the seed. And you got double grip there on Bobby's side. Very clean PG so far. Yeah, this is definitely something that a lot of newer players struggle with, the Puppet Ganon. And it's like, the only advice that you can be given, really, is that you just need to practice.
Oh, 100%.
It just comes down to execution. Like, there are some like tricks and like setup stuff, like missing the trog shot there, unfortunately, but that can be a tricky one to get. It's that last snipe. So overall, a very clean PG on Bobby's side. through placing the final statue here, or Servant of the Tower, as they're called officially. We got the rope climb on Bobby's side. See how high we can get here. You can go all the way up to the post, so that'd be the optimal rope climb, but it can be a little tricky to maintain mashing for that long. Not a bad one.
Yep, and then we're getting the grapple skip here. It's it looks pretty easy, but one wrong move,
Yeah.
and it can go so wrong. But quick
Yeah.
leaf menu there.
Yeah.
I don't quite know like what happened.
Yeah, I mean, something I usually find is like I'm rushing my backflips a little bit, so I'm actually moving a little bit in between.
Yeah.
Okay, gets to that
There
third
we
time.
go.
It's not so much a seam walk as you're kind of getting through a very tight gap, and then being able to clip up. But yeah, even gets the L slide there to grab the ledge unbuffered. That's nice. And we're on the Gandorf fight here as Drew is going for the Bosky skip.
Yep. And this Ganondorf fight can kind of just be pretty much a script with Soup. You talk to Zelda, get the first shot, you get a couple of quick spins, you bonk, like recoil off of the side of the arena, and Zelda gets a shot in. And then it's all just kind of trivial at that point.
Yeah. And GG's to Bobby finishing in first place and winning this series with a time of 1:46.09. And Andrew is gonna forfeit that. GG's to both players.
GG's
played
indeed.
very well. Yeah. And I don't know if I don't think Bobby has a mic, but Drew should be able to get in here for an interview.
Speaking of, GG's
Hello?
Drew.
Yo, GG's.
GG's. I guess how are you feeling?
Other than the miss peak, I was feeling pretty good. It was I played a lot better than yesterday at least, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I thought you played very well and you routed very logically. But yeah, I guess we should talk about that misspeak. Like when we were on Restream, we couldn't tell. Like it could be a rupee or tingle statue, or ended up being a shard.
Yeah.
I think that specific shard looks a lot like a rupee.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a vertical piece, so it looks like a yellow rupee.
Yeah.
So like once I realized that I was out of checks and missing a shard, I was like, I gotta go to like Taji because like I just need a minute to think about like things that I could have possibly mispeaked.
Yeah.
But like the usual offenders were things that like I peaked as a spiky chest and had to go get it. So like I was pretty sure it wasn't any of those, and then I was like, oh, it's got to be that yellow rupee. Like 100%, it's that yellow rupee.
Yeah.
So like it was gonna be the first thing I was gonna do out of Taji, but like it's still like a couple swords extra and stuff like that, and Fire Mountain and Ghost Ship, which I wouldn't have had to check, but
yeah, so that was definitely unfortunate, and I mean it's a very easy mistake to make, for sure. Like you said, it's just the worst shape of a shard that could be. That got you.
Put any other shard up there.
Yeah, put Triforce Shard 6 there.
Yeah, you get the Octofair hand, and we were trying to remember, like, did you find a shard yet in the mail? And we were like, oh, you know, which mail check is it gonna be?
Yeah, at that point I had not, so it was,
yeah.
And there was only the one shard that was in the mail. Overall,
exactly. Yeah. Looks like we'll also be getting. We'll bring Bobby in here for the interview as well.
GG.
Bobby is deafened.
Yeah. But yeah, both of you played really well. It would have been a very close race. without the mispeak for sure.
Did you have like with going to left side Earth Temple? Like I saw you had opened both these small key chests. Were you thinking like if the 3 keys are in logic or something, there might be something left side or thinking along those
not
lines?
left side, but definitely like going forward into the dungeon. Like I was like, there were like 3 checks in the overworld, and they were all really shitty. So I was like, I'm just gonna go, and like the answer is probably Earth Temple, like no matter what it is.
Right.
Which I guess at that point, like it had to be a Tingle statue.
Yeah.
I figured like it's probably somewhere in here, and it just feels really bad because I hate going in there without
Yeah.
fire arrows. So I did left side because I'm like lights are always on left side. And
they were, yeah. But yeah, GG's to Bobby.
GG's, Bobby.
GG's, how you feeling after that series?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, yeah.
What about this seed? How did you think it went for you?
Well, I routed okay, but my execution was all over
Was there anything in particular that you think wasn't good? Because I'm trying to remember if there was like anything that stood out.
Forbidden Wood big key skip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
we were both thinking, we're like, oh, he must have just picked up the boss key and then noticed that you had to go back and store a chest. So it's like, oh, that's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like did you plan to pick up the big key? Was that like in your initial route and then you kind of forgot to pick it up?
Yeah, I haven't marked on my tracker and
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
That
okay.
made you think you had it. Yeah, and you kind of did the same thing with the shard, I think, on Headstone as well. Like you went to Tower of the Gods to go check Hyrule, but then you hadn't picked up the shard on Headstone.
same thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Yeah, but I feel like overall both of you routed and played fairly well. But yeah, very very annoying seed, I think. Especially with Earth Temple. Anytime Earth Temple kind of has stuff like that, it can be tricky. And like having 3 keys to be able to get to the basement without Fire and Ice, and then your logical Fire and Ice being behind that Tingle statue. That's pretty trippy.
It's a doozy, yeah. And then like I don't know, like Earth Temple never feels like a good option. At least like in my shoes, I'm not sure how Bobby routed it out, but in both like this seed and yesterday, Command Melody was in like the southern strip of islands. So it's like I don't want to do those
Yeah.
islands until I'm doing Earth Temple, but then Command Melody's there, and I'm never doing Earth Temple without Command Melody. So it's like
Exactly.
really,
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah. It is definitely a tricky one to route in. But I mean, Forbidden Wood's also pretty loaded, and you were able to get in there pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's always kind of nice. You don't have to worry about like routing overworld stuff. And actually, the funny thing, like after Forbidden Woods, Drooness, you went straight to Bomb Island, and we were like, he really wants Grapple to be here so he can do Bird's Peak Rock after. And lo and behold, there it was, the grappling hook.
I was just willing to gamble that it was like something I could use right now at least, and then like I don't know if I had to go back to BPR later, whatever.
Right.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I also had it in mind that like I could do like just like grab storage from the Bomb Island platform. And
That's true.
go
Yeah.
over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, GG's. Unfortunately, Drew, that does mean that it is the end of the tournament for you. I don't know if you have any kind of thoughts about the tournament, I guess.
No, I mean it was good. It's still not a fan of Dungeon Secrets, but it's like
That's fair.
only the Earth Temple and Wind Temple ones. But,
That's fair. Yeah.
yeah, I don't
we'll
know.
see if they
I
come
feel
back
like
next season.
Qualza was kind of killing it.
Mhm.
I think like having to play after like going away this weekend kind of killed me. Honestly,
fair.
like I think that's like a salty comment, but like
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Yeah.
It is rough, like taking the time off, and
yeah.
you didn't have much time to practice, so yeah, can definitely see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bobby, you'll be moving on in the bracket. You're facing Alex next round. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that matchup on Alex.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to play a lot better.
Yeah, Alex is a tough opponent, but yeah, I mean it's been said so much, but like everyone in this bracket is just a very difficult opponent, I think. So there's no match that's going to be easy. So.
It's ridiculous, yeah. Like, if I had beaten Bobby, I was not looking forward to facing Alex for sure. Like, they're both tough opponents. It's
Right.
really rough.
Yeah. But yeah, GG's to both of you. It was a great match to watch and commentate on. And yeah, thank you for Zephyr joining me.
Oh yeah,
Getting your commentary shoes wet. I don't know, commentary feet wet. I don't know what the expression is. But
no, it was
Thank you
it
for
was a
joining
fun
me.
match to comms, and like I don't know, watching these top runners, it's always really cool to see. You learn new strats, you kind of see what they're thinking through how they route, and definitely helps to learn more.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we will hand it over to our restreamer to close this out.
All right. Again, give our runners, Bobby and Drooness, a follow for the show they put on today. Also, show some love to our tracker. A lot of Chiamaka pulling double duty for us. And, of course, our commentators, Tanjo and Zephyr, who did Zephyr, you did an awesome job for your first Wind Waker randomizer race. So, as always, stay tuned to ZSR Network for more from Season 7 of TWWR, as well as ALT-TPR and Majora's Mask randomizer tournaments going on right now as well. I'm going to pass you over to KitKat. Other than that, thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
But,
Bye.
See ya.